Hi everyone, welcome back to Think Like Mama. Today our guest, she is mama to a lovely little girl. She's a blogger. You find her on Instagram. We'll link all her details for you to see. And she does it all on her own.
Alina is a single mother here in Dubai, and she will tell us a little bit more about how she structures her day and how she manages to blog and to take care of her little one. Welcome, Alina.
Thank you
Hi,
for having
Alina.
me, ladies. Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Can you share with us how old your daughter is and since when you are a single mom?
My daughter is 5, and I became a single mom officially in the past 3 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when she was 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
she was 2.
Okay, all right.
So tell us, what did you do before having your child?
I have 2 different lifestyles before I had my daughter. One
Uh-huh.
was when I was single, I was carefree, I didn't have any responsibilities, I was studying, I had a good job. But then everything changed when I was married off. And, my life became very depressing, and just after 4 months I got pregnant and I was
Wow.
struggling. So yeah, I wanted to get out of this mess, and that's when I filed divorce against my husband, yeah. So it was, our marriage just lasted 4 months.
How old were you when you got married?
24.
24, yeah, very young age. Very
So
young
it was
age.
an arranged marriage?
Yes,
Yeah.
within the family.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What does a typical day looks for you?
Right now it's more more structured. I have a timetable I need to follow because I'm blogging as well, and my daughter goes to school, so everything has to be structurized. So yeah, it's quite different from the days they were before, but yeah, more positive and more energetic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You're
great to
very,
hear.
by the way, for our audience, Alina is a very successful blogger.
Oh, okay.
We will
Thank
talk a
you.
little bit more about it during the interview, yeah?
And of course we'll share all the links and make sure that you can find her and check her out for yourself. So what are the support systems that you have on a day-to-day basis?
My family has been my biggest support, and they have been with me throughout. So I couldn't have managed without them. Definitely, they are my biggest supporters.
Yeah.
So to explain to our viewers that they help you with childcare and they help you with
They helped me throughout, like during my marriage, before my marriage, after my marriage, during my divorce, and once I have my baby.
That's great. That's so great. And you live with them or you?
No, I live with them.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's such a
So it makes things easy for me.
yeah. It gives you the freedom.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
gives you the support that you need. Yeah. Brilliant.
In a lot of occasions, in the society that we live on these days, it's, I don't know why, but it's a common misconception that a normal family is mommy, daddy, and then the kids, yeah? Obviously, your situation is different to what people assume is normal. Do you ever, even until today, get the impression that people look at you like the different bunch?
It's not the outsiders who have normed us out, but people within our family did that when I was going through the divorce process, and a few of my friends as well. They just backed off because they thought that I was making a wrong decision.
Wow.
So yeah, and they were against. My mom wanted me to get married in the family, and I was like, okay, he's a good guy and stuff. But then when it came to supporting me, everyone just backed off.
Wow.
Yeah, so we are the only ones, and they still aren't in touch with us. So yeah, we're lonely. Yeah.
How did you feel that then?
I was really depressed because my dad was really close to his family. So they just backed off. So he had a heart attack after that. So it was quite difficult for us.
Oh my God. How? This is getting quite personal, so feel free to not answer. Obviously, that seems like a lot of pressure, and Romi and I, coming from Argentina and Germany, we don't face the same pressures of being married off or having, we don't have someone else choose our husband for us. And so I feel like going through that at such a young age is already heavy enough, and then feeling those consequences within the health of your family. Did you ever doubt your decision? Did you ever feel like...
I did actually, because I never wanted to get married within the family, but it was my parents, so they're more experienced than me, so I was like, they're choosing the right guy for me. And he was from the family. I knew him since I was a child, so I never knew that these things would happen, because I lived here all my life. I had a different lifestyle, and he knew about it. But he was from Saudi Arabia, he was living there, so his mentality was quite different.
Yeah.
So that's why we had so many ups and downs in our lives. Yeah.
Yeah. And Maybe just to get back to Rumi's question about the society, it's interesting that you say that pressure came more from the inside than from the outside, because when we drew up these questions, what I would have expected is that in a place where, like Romi said, it's so predefined what family looks like, I would have thought that it's the outsiders that kind of put you in that bucket. How do you feel like when you speak to people that are maybe from Europe or from other Arabic countries, do they come to you with preconceived notions, or are they just quite open and?
No, I think they don't. I mean, I'm not familiar with the people, but I am familiar with society in my community. They don't want women to fight for their rights, and that's what I did. So they just parted their ways off, and in my society we usually get married off within the family. So
it creates a split in the family.
Yeah, exactly.
Itself,
and you don't expect it from the relatives of yours. Like we were in shock, like when they were like, they just parted their ways, they disconnected with us. They thought that I was a bad example to the girls of the family. So it's like it was a big pressure for my family.
And I have to commend you. I think it's so brave, and I'm so glad that you stand up for yourself, because actually you are a role model and you're setting that example for your daughter. And that's the most important thing. And she needs to learn that if something does not feel right, and if it's not good, and if you feel within your heart and your soul that this is not the right place to be, that you have to find a way to remove yourself from that situation.
Exactly.
But you seem very strong and very confident. Like, talking to Alina is as if, honestly, she's so confident within herself. She's so self-aware of who she is. So I imagine that the process of overcoming such a traumatic experience, I would say, how did you develop that strength within you to get you where you are today?
The credit goes to my parents. I started vlogging because they wanted me to go out, explore the world, and that's how I met new friends and I started my new life. So all the credit goes to my parents. If they weren't there for me, then I wouldn't have survived. I would have been there with him.
I love it. I love that everything was initiated basically from your parents, and they still took the responsibility of your emotions in order to help you out through it, and now become the woman that you have become, successful in what you do, a great mama, and I'm
a
so
great role model to other girls out there or women out there who are in a similar situation.
So now you're a solid single mom. Like it was your decision, so I can imagine you live up to it.
And I'm proud of it.
And you are proud of it. Yeah, that's the important thing. Whichever decision we make as women or as mothers in this case. We obviously make decisions for our children every single day in everything that they do, right? And we do have tasks as parents. In our cases, perhaps having a husband, you have some tasks that you can delegate to others. Which one is your system in order to delegate some of the tasks that are involved in raising a child?
And the decisions that you take, because I feel like, for me, I consult my husband and I ask him, what do you think? Which nursery? Or he's feeling sick, should I still do this or that with him? Or what should we do? How do you take those decisions? How do you, like she said, delegate your...
Oh, well, I mean, I'm usually in charge of all the decisions, but if I'm in doubt, I usually go back to my parents. And and if I'm not around, just in case, so they are authorized to take a decision on my behalf.
You had that conversation with them before,
Yes, I do.
Great.
I'm going out for an event today, so I just handle her and stuff. So everything is pre-planned, I have a tight schedule. And I have everything written down, so it's easier for me and for them as well.
That's lovely.
That is amazing.
Well done.
So there's no nanny involved? It's you and your parents,
nanny.
basically. And then she goes to school?
She goes to school half of the days, from 8 to 3. So
so those are the days that you can...
I have time for myself.
Exactly. And that kind of gets us back to your blog. Can you tell us a bit... I imagine that these are the moments that you do work on your blog. Tell us a bit more about... You've already said that it came out of an inspiration of wanting to put yourself out there and discover the world a little bit again after what you've gone through. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, I started my blog 2 years ago, and I started because I wanted to get out of depression. I wanted to make new friends, wanted to explore the world, and I've been successful. So I'm enjoying it right now.
Amazing.
And my blog it's about the discoveries and the experiences I go through as a single mom in my everyday life. So whether it's related to crafts that I do with my daughter, or DIYs, or events, food.
Yes.
So it's basically everything around me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for our viewers, please go and check her out. She is on The Diary of a Mom on Instagram and her website. And we had obviously quite a couple of minutes to look at her stuff and figure things out, and it's absolutely incredible content, and she's a very, very sweet girl that features there.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
brilliant.
amazing. So as you said, you're a very successful blogger right now. You're enjoying the success that you initiated 2 years ago. How do you envision your blog moving forward?
I haven't thought about it right now. I mean, I'm not into any kind of competition, or don't plan of being famous. I'm just taking it slow and steady, and
Yes.
people are showering me with love, and that's what I want. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, that obviously gives you a lot of flexibility, right? If you had to go back to a 9-to-5 structured job, number one, do you think you could do it? And number two, how would you have to restructure your day-to-day life with your daughter?
My life is a bit easy because I have my parents around me, and I am planning to get back to work in September. And so, having my parents around, it's not going to be that difficult to get back to work.
Yeah.
Because half of the day my daughter's in school, so there'll be only 2 hours they will have to look after her. So yeah, so it's not going to be that hard, but I salute the moms for doing everything on their own. So it's a bit easy for me.
Yeah. What field do you want to go back into?
Maybe interior designing.
Yeah.
Because
That's what you studied, right?
that's
Yeah.
what I'm graduated in.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
That's lovely. Yeah. Maybe as a last question, we would like, if we do have those mothers that today they are about to make the decision of becoming a single mom. Then again, when we say a single mom, it could be someone that is about perhaps to divorce, still being in touch with their ex, or it could also be a mom that is completely cutting that relationship with the father of their children. What sort of advice would you give this mom watching you right now in order to make that decision confidently?
Well, I think everything happens for a reason, and it's usually for good. So, just stay positive, be strong, just move up in life. If you're not happy with anything, just move forward.
Move forward.
Just be positive. You can do it on your own. You have the capability. You don't really need to depend on someone. Just move on. Think about yourself. Think about your children. Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That is such an amazing and strong message. Guys, we really hope today was kind of a different talk from the usual talk. I think it touched a bit more closer to heart, and we really do hope that you enjoyed watching Alina here today with us. And please do follow her, check her out. She's amazing at what she does. And with that said,
for all mamas out there,
see you soon!